What if I told you the only surviving segregated school for black children in Manhattan still stands today, a silent witness to both exclusion and resilience? I'm Dr. Michael H. Ford, and this is a story you need to hear. I'm standing outside the former colored school number 4 in New York City's Chelsea neighborhood, the last building of its kind left in Manhattan. In 1849, while slavery was still legal in much of America, a 3-story brick schoolhouse went up on West 17th Street in New York's Chelsea neighborhood. It followed the city's model primary school plan with big windows to let in light and separate entrances for boys and girls. But who it served was even more telling. It became one of the city's few designated colored schools built to educate black children at a time when segregation was policy, not accident. By 1860, it was renamed Colored School Number 7, then Colored School Number 4 in 1866. At that time, nearly 2,400 black students in Manhattan were confined to just 8 primary schools. And while white students had access to integrated resources, black students were forced into separate classrooms, their very existence marked as other. Yet inside these walls, extraordinary things happened. One of its most important leaders was Sarah J. Smith Tompkins Garnett, the first black woman principal in New York City. She was not just an educator, but a suffragist and community activist, weaving civil rights work into her teaching. Another teacher, William Apple, was an abolitionist and celebrated musician who brought both discipline and integration into the classroom. The students they taught went on to break barriers. Walter F. Craig became a classical violinist and composer. Susan Elizabeth Frazier became the first black woman teacher assigned to an integrated public school in New York City. And James H. Williams, who began his journey right here, rose to become the influential chief porter at Grand Central Terminal, shaping labor rights for black workers across the country. Colored School Number 4 wasn't just a place of learning, it was a community hub where education meant survival and literacy became a form of resistance. Parents sent their children here not just to read and write, but to seize opportunities in a city that systematically denied them. In 1884, the Board of Education dropped the word colored from official school names. But make no mistake, Grammar School Number 81, as it was renamed, continued to serve only black children until the segregated system was shut down in 1894. Afterward, the building was repurposed for veterans groups, fire associations, and eventually as a sanitation facility, another way black history was quietly erased from public memory. But this building endured, and in 2023, nearly 175 years after its doors first opened, Mayor Eric Adams committed $6 million to restore it, preserving one of the last visible reminders of how black children learned under segregation and how teachers and families transformed exclusion into excellence. Standing here today, this schoolhouse reminds us that health is not only built in hospitals, it's built in classrooms, in opportunities, and in the pursuit of excellence. Healing starts with knowing. Follow for more.